Sagittarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for June 8th through the 14th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Saggy. The overall energy for the reading, the Four of Wands. I mean, I do see quite the connections here playing out for you, so you could be dealing with something quite, you know, up close and personal here. As far as a commitment goes, or several, but the energy of commitment is very strong here. In the recent past, the Ten of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Page of Wands. You're kind of showing up having a little bit of a hard time when it comes to a particular soul connection. It's like, okay, we're going through tough times here, you know, but you keep on pushing. It's like, it's okay, we'll push through. Okay. In the current situation, the Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, the King of Swords. There's definitely a partnership here that seems to be like you're on a roll here. You're like, okay, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Whether it's a friendship or a family dynamic, and it's just you feel really, really like, oh my God, this is the best, you know. But it is in the shape and form of a partnership. In the immediate future, the Ten of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. You're questioning something to the point of wanting to be done with something because it doesn't feel like it's even, like it's equal give and take, whatever that is. But there's a lot of, even though the energy of ending it shows up quite strong, you're still kind of questioning it. So you're not 100% aligned with that energy. You're kind of like, what do I do? It just doesn't feel right here. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's do the Four of Wands. For the Four of Wands, you get the Two of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords. Yes, something, there's a commitment here, and for a while, it hasn't been making you feel great. You know, you're stressed out about something when it comes to this particular commitment. There is love there, so that's one clear thing. But other than that, it's pissing you off, man. Almost like I'm just like you're on the edge there. Let me do the Ten of Wands in the recent past, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Wands. See, whatever that soul connection is over there that you're part of in the past, there seems to be this reoccurring type of let's try again. Let's give it another shot. Let's, you know. But like every time it kind of bounces back in that heaviness, in that, hey, this is mission impossible here. That at some point I even see you being like, let's not, you know. But I think you proceed though. For the Six of Cups, you get the Six of Cups, the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles. It's the type of an experience that was supposed to teach you to put yourself first and your needs first. That's the lesson that it comes with, from what I can see there. So whatever was going on there, that was what you were supposed to learn from it. I may do the Page of Wands, the Fool, the Queen of Swords, the Tower. Well, that's how you learn. In all honesty, that's how we all learn. You know, we're going to do it over and over and over and over and over again until we can't do it anymore. It's like, okay, we got to do something different here. Because, no, I still see you pushing through, being like, no, we can do this. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how nasty this shows up, we'll just push through and we'll do this. And then, bam, you got hit harder and harder every time. And it's like, we'll push harder and harder. Okay. Let me do the Three of Pentacles in the current situation. The Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords. Okay, something about this partnership that I see here is definitely feeling right, but not in the way that I thought initially. There's so much rejection on your side that it's starting to show up. Like, you know how sometimes we may not like a type of food, but then there's another type of food that we really don't like. Like, ew, oh my God, just thinking about it makes me want to, no. Yeah, that's where this ended up, in that place of just thinking about it, about dealing with it or being in the proximity of this connection. It's gotten so complicated that it's like it doesn't even carry words. It's like, ew, for you. Okay. Let me see the Chariot. The Four of Swords, the Five of Cups, the King of Swords. Okay, so that's what feels right about it, because whatever that is, you're not just experiencing the ew factor to it, you're actually also learning something from it. So you're telling me, hey, as nasty as this is, it's actually teaching me a lot. It's making me look into my past, it's making me look into myself. That was the point. Because I'm assuming we're carrying that connection through here. And it's gotten to the point that you pushed so hard against all odds there that it's transformed you into this. Into, I don't want this. Fuck no. Anything but this, But the good news is that, again, it's also taught you a lot and it's teaching you a lot. Especially about yourself, and that was the point to it all. For the King of Swords, you get the World card, the Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. This is almost like me asking you, hey, but like, what are we doing here? Like, what do you plan to do with this one? You're like, I'm working on it. Like, you're showing me an ending of a cycle, so you're telling me, okay, that's coming. But, I'm working on it. Okay. Cool. Let me do the Ten of Swords in the immediate future. For the Ten of Swords, you get the Two of Swords, the Star, the Seven of Pentacles. But you working on it becomes so complicated that you just forget about it. So the energy of closing this off is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The bigger it gets, the more complicated it gets. Because it's like, okay, I'm getting very close to actually aligning with this energy and ending this. But like, man, it's complicated. And then it gets even more complicated. And then the more days pass, the more complicated it gets. And you're still showing up at the end of it saying, I'm working on it. Okay, but you're working on it less and less by the looks of it, because in the current situation you were working on it with the Eight of Pentacles, so there was more drive to it. Now you're working on it with the Seven of Pentacles, but it's because it got so complicated. Meanwhile, so it's like I'm getting there. Okay, and I'm sure you will. I'm actually glad that it's getting more complicated, because that will force you to get there at some point. This complication needs to break one way or another, and that's the point in which you working on it will prevail. For the Two of Swords in the immediate future, you get the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Wands. Time. Yeah, you're gonna need more time to figure it out. I feel like at least you're reaching this conclusion. Like, nobody's rushing me here, right? Even though the complication that shows up in your mind about it all, that also kind of comes back as you feeling pressured. Almost like I gotta do something about something. But at the same time, there's almost a sense of recognition that, hey, you may need some time to deal with this whole whatever the hell was created here. Because it did get complicated. It got bigger. The energies of all of that started from a place of, oh, it's a little tough, to, hey, we're just going to keep on pushing through it, and then getting to the point of feeling like I got nothing to give here but nasty reactions, that brought a lot up to the surface for you to look into, which you're actually currently doing. And as far as what are you going to do about this, it's going to be a process. Sometimes, it hits us faster. It's like, okay, I know exactly what to do. By the end of the week, I'm out of here, or whatever. Other times it's like, I want to be out of here by the end of the week, but there's so many other factors at play that I gotta, be considerate to everything around this situation at this moment in time. So at least you're reaching you're not just saying I'm working on it over and over again. At least you're reaching the conclusion of the only one that's gonna rush you is gonna be you through all of this, and that there is no need to rush. It's going to be a process, and it's going to take as long as it needs to take, for you to get to the point of, I know exactly what I need to do here. You're not there. You're not going to be there for a little bit. And it is what it is. What are you going to do? Let me do the Six of Pentacles. Okay, for the Six of Pentacles, you get the Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Justice card. It might actually reach a point in which your energy and the other energy are coming together and deciding kind of at the same time that, hey, this isn't working out. It might get to that point. Or you're placing yourself in such an energy of clarity and kind of going ahead and doing something here that you're just revealing things as clear as you can, and just kind of showing up saying, hey, this is what needs to be done for me. This is the best thing I can do for myself in the situation in which I gotta break away from all of this. So it could go two ways here. One, you're reaching the same conclusion at the same time. Or two, you're doing what's best for you. You're finally doing something which, from what I see, is a removal of some sort of yourself from the situation, or the situation from your life. But it's because it feels 100% right to you. So you will get there, As you're saying, you're working on it, so of course you'll get there. You keep on showing up every time here, like I'm working on it. Okay. From the universe for you as a final advice, you get the Six of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, you've got some ideas, you've got some things that you're looking over right now as far as this is concerned, as far as your next steps are concerned. And they look good as ideas. They're like, okay, I could do that, I could do that, I could try that, I could, But at the end of the day, you're still showing up in the air. Kind of like, even though I've got some good ideas here, I'm not putting anything into practice quite yet. And I'm seeing that. You're working on it. So, it's not going to be. But, again, it's a process. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself through this process. Getting frustrated by what's going on, even especially in those times in which you feel like, oh my God, I'm stuck here and nothing is happening. And I'm working on it, Try to not be too hard on yourself here. You'll get there. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.